Good morning, everyone. We are on step 7, our final step. I cannot believe that we're already on our final step of our 7 steps of incorporating a whole food, plant-based diet into your lifestyle. I hope that you all have enjoyed this little journey so far, and I hope that you continue along this journey and on this path. I know that I have enjoyed sharing this information with all of you and sharing my personal experiences and tips as well. So let's get right to it. Step number 7 is to replace your refined sugars for natural sweeteners. So those are going to be things like maple syrup, agave, and honey. And I know for me, this was actually the hardest step to take. It was the last one that I took. I love my sweets, and I was eating probably a sweet at least a day. And for me, I went through a detox process going through this, taking out any sort of refined sugars from my diet, and it was horrible. So I didn't want to go through that again. So for the most part, I keep sugars out of my diet. I do maple syrup as my natural sweetener. That's what I like the taste of, and that's what works for me. I might do 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, if that. Some days I don't have any sugar whatsoever, which is such a huge improvement from where I was before. Every once in a while, I will indulge and I will have my sweets that have the sugars in them. And what I find is that I actually get really bad headaches from it, and I kind of feel tired, and I crave the sweets again, like I used to. So as soon as I take that first bite of something with sugar in it, my body is just craving that more and more and more. So for me, I'd rather just try to stay away from it as much as possible rather than try to control the ups and downs of that. When I do have my maple syrup, my natural sweetener, I don't get that. I don't have any sort of headaches or anything. I don't feel a certain way. I feel satisfied after having the little bit that I do have. And honestly, I put it in such simple things now. Like what I've been doing lately, it sounds kind of silly, but I just take some peanut butter, a little bit of cocoa powder, and some maple syrup, just mix it all together. And it kind of comes out like this fudgy little mixture. And I just eat it with a spoon. And like I said, it's about maybe 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. So throughout the day, that's all I'm having as a sweetener. I make energy balls as well. There's chickpea cookie dough that you can make. There's so many wonderful options out there as to what you can do instead of using the refined sugars. The biggest challenge is when you go to the grocery store and you buy anything packaged, anything processed. A lot of times they like to sneak in added sugar in those. And a box may claim to have no added sugar, but check your ingredients. Look for other types of sweeteners other than just sugar. It might be in there in the form of corn syrup, brown syrup, tapioca syrup. So there's different things you want to look for. So just check that. Check your nutrition facts and look for how many grams of sugar are in there. And just read your labels. That's the most important thing, instead of reading the front of the box that says no added sugar. But it's in a lot of everything. So it was quite the process and transition for me. Very frustrating at first to try to find anything that wasn't using added sugar. I mean, even a jelly. Most jellies have sugar in them, and I can find very few that don't. So a lot of times it may mean making your own, whatever that may be. I do, sometimes I'll do a jelly. I'll just take frozen fruit and heat it up in a saucepan until it gets nice and thick, and that's a natural jelly. They do have a few jellies without any sugar in them as well. But a lot of things like that. Like it just takes a lot of getting used to finding some ingredients that you like. So that's the sugars. My tip for today is celebrate your successes, no matter how small that might be. So maybe today you had a huge salad, or maybe today you made your smoothie. Maybe you drank as much water as you possibly could today. Maybe you just chose not to have that donut that everybody else in the break room was eating at breakfast time. And maybe you brought your lunch for the day instead of ordering takeout with the rest of the coworkers. Whatever that might be for you, celebrate every single day, every small success along the way. It is so important because every little success is a step in the right direction. That's a step that you are helping your body and healing your body. So celebrate that. Congratulate yourself and be proud of those steps that you're taking. And along with that, I just want you to remember, don't be too hard on yourself if you do slip and make a mistake. It's okay. It happens. We're human, right? That's what happens. It's life, and it's hard sometimes. And we do get cravings. We do get emotional, us women. So it's all right. If you slip, don't dwell on it. It'll just make you feel worse, and you'll end up going down that path of no return. Just move on. So say you have a cookie or something like that. For me, that would be what would happen. I'd eat a cookie. Go ahead and eat an apple. And you know what? You've balanced yourself out, and you've made that step in the right direction. And then you can, instead of focusing on what you did that wasn't good for your body, say, you know what? Okay, I did do something that wasn't good for my body, but I took another step in the right direction and I ate an apple. So celebrate that instead of focusing on the negative. And just move on. Pick yourself up and move along. Don't wait till the next day and say, oh, well, I ruined this day. That's it. It's over. No. Take the next moment. Take the very next bite and move forward. If you wait till the next day, that just gives you an excuse or a reason to not do what's best for your body and to let yourself, your mindset sink into that you can't do this. And you can. You can perfectly do anything that you want to do for your health. So by all means, move forward, next step, go for it right away. I have loved this journey with you guys. I really hope to continue on working with all of you and talking with all of you, hearing your stories, what works for you, what struggles that you've had along the way. So please comment, message me, and I also have some wonderful package deals that I'll be offering along with the end of this journey. I do certain coaching packages, and I just want to, because you guys have stuck with me through these 7 steps and you have shown an interest in taking the next step on your health journey, I want to offer you a discount. So look for a special discount to be offered for you guys ready to go forward.